we've looked at some of the reasons why children behave as they do, we can make changes to prevent many problems from happening. Next, we look at how you can build strong family relationships and encourage children's development, well-being and good behaviour through positive parenting strategies.
The starting point is building positive relationships with children so that they feel loved and secure. When that happens, they're more likely to be cooperative and respectful.
I just feel so upset when they don't listen and do as I say.
I think it's the discipline. I think that's the toughest part. Am I teaching them the right thing? Am I being too lenient? Am I being too strict?
Bringing up children is never easy. So often we work on correcting them when they're not doing the right thing or they're being difficult. But the key to discouraging negative behaviour can be to focus on the good behaviour. There are two reasons why this is important. The first reason, a caring relationship with our children is the foundation for healthy development and adjustment. And secondly, children are learning all the time. And giving attention to positive behaviour means it will happen more often. We can easily fall into the trap of ignoring children's positive behaviour and then end up paying attention to behaviour we don't want to encourage. This gets us the opposite of what we want: less positive behaviour and more negative behaviour.
Let's go. Come on, you can do it. Let's go.
Here's a good way to build up a caring relationship with your child and encourage good behaviour.
Good throw, good throw. Go back a little bit further this time. Let's see if we can throw it further.
Have quality time together and do something they enjoy.
I think the toughest part about being a parent is just finding time and energy for really quality outdoor time.
It may surprise you, but spending small amounts of time together can be more beneficial than longer periods of time that don't happen often.
Good boy.
The basic idea is to spend anything from a few seconds to a couple of minutes of quality time as often as you can.
Quality time is not about spending bigger blocks of time with your children, it's about being available in the moment.
Oh, I saw a pink pig looking at me.
What I've learned in life, is that if you don't have time for something, it's because you don't make the time.
To try to spend that good quality time where it's just that one-on-one time and you're not doing 13 other things while you're still trying to play with your child.
Keep it brief and frequent. Your children need to get used to playing independently and having your attention come and go without interrupting their activity.
You don't have to give up a lot of time, just a minute or two here and there. It's a lot easier than I thought.
Time that's special to your child is often when they want to show you something, to ask a question, or to do something with you. If you're not busy with something important, stop what you're doing and make yourself available.
I'll be 1 minute and Mummy will come over and play with you. Okay?
If you can't stop what you're doing at that moment, try to plan some time with them as soon as you can.
Edward, I'm ready now.
He's always seeking attention. But I always remind myself to go back and give him that individual attention right after. Make time for him afterwards.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Cutting paper.
Cutting paper, what are you making?
A heart.
A heart?
Talking to children is a good way of paying attention, and it helps them develop their speech, their social skills, and even their self-confidence. If we take opportunities to talk about everyday things, especially what interests them, if we ask questions, if we show we're listening, children learn there's someone in their world who's interested in what they have to say.
Someone on the monkey bars.
It's good for the kids because they're talking about their ideas and feelings, but they're also learning to be a good listener too. They're learning about conversations. I feel they'll talk to me more about things that matter, and I feel like we're closer than we were.
Now let's take a look at why affection is so important. All children need affection. Hugs, kisses and cuddles. Even just sitting close or holding hands.
Affection helps children feel cared for and comfortable with giving and receiving affection, which of course is important for their future relationships. Most importantly, warm, loving physical contact shows you really care and builds a strong bond between parent and child.
You're the man, ain't you?
Better.
You see better?
I've realised that it's easy to give more affection and praise each day, and I just remind myself to give the girls a cuddle or a kiss or a pat.
Let's look at some ideas for encouraging good behaviour. All of us like praise for our efforts.
And you're doing a great job.
Let's find out some more about how powerful praise can be for our children for encouraging behaviour we like.
Look, I'm done.
Wow, Brianna, you did such a great job. I'm so proud of you. I couldn't have done it better myself. Thank you,
Mom.
sweetie.
You need to decide what kind of behaviour and skills you want to encourage. Then take notice when your child does something well and show your approval and praise them.
Very good girl, Anna. Thank you for picking up your books. And a high five. Good job.
Thank you, Jonathan. Look at you helping me. Washing the dishes without having to be asked. I appreciate that.
Fantastic, Layla. Look at what a good job you've done at making your bed. Well done.
We should never underestimate how powerful praise can be. It works best if you're clear and specific, not just good boy or good girl. The key thing is to try to say exactly what your child has done that you like.
Well done, guys. Great job tidying up.
Praise should be enthusiastic and sincere. You can't just say it, you've got to really mean it.
Good catch! How good was that? It's so easy. I just say what I like about what they're doing. They get such a kick out of it when I notice what they've done.
It's easy to forget how much you teach your child by what you pay attention to. We've talked about the trap of accidentally rewarding misbehaviour with extra attention. The flip side is, a great way for you to encourage behaviour you like is to pay attention to it. There are lots of ways of giving attention: a smile, a wink, a thumbs up, or even just watching.
These are all forms of attention children enjoy, and they help to encourage good behaviour.
How hard was that? I made such a big deal out of it, but it was easy.
So raise your glass if you are wrong, and I'll do right.
Remember the positive parenting principle? About having a safe and interesting environment for children to play and explore and learn? You can encourage good behaviour and independent play by making sure your child has plenty of interesting and safe things to do, both at home and when you're out.
You can do this inexpensively. Use pencils and paper, cardboard boxes, word games, or counting games. Keeping your children busy gives you more opportunities to praise the skills and behaviour you want to encourage.
Well done, Tom.
And busy children are less likely to be bored or disruptive.
I discovered that I don't have to go out and buy a new bunch of toys or go overboard with planning.
Now we ask the question, how do we teach children what they need to become happy, independent adults?
Jonathan, put your shoes on. Go and sit up there.
Children have to learn new skills and behaviours throughout their journey to adulthood.
Oh, thank you very much, Papa.
It's up to you to decide what you want them to learn, but it may help to keep in mind some skills that encourage them to be independent and to get along with others.
That's right, boys. We'll all walk up together this morning.
So before we talk about how to teach new skills, let's think about the kinds of things children need to learn to do well in life.
We can have lots of good fun if you wish.
There are some important skills for all children to learn.
Yeah, you just put them in so they listen to.
Like communication, how to listen and share ideas and opinions, how to ask questions and request help when they need it, and how to cooperate with others.
Ron, do you want to put that piece right here on the top?
And kids need to learn how to accept rules and limits and to manage their own feelings. This means being able to accept and understand their feelings and to express them without hurting others, especially difficult emotions like disappointment or frustration or even anger. It's also about developing their self-control, thinking before they act.
Learning to be independent and responsible is an important life skill. Helping children towards independence means teaching them to do daily tasks for themselves when they're old enough to handle it. It's a trap to do everything for them because it's easier and faster than teaching them how to do it themselves.
My kids feel so proud when they can do things on their own.
Children also need to learn how to solve problems for themselves. So what does problem solving mean for young children? Finding solutions, negotiating and compromising. For example, what game to play or who should have the next turn.
If you want your child to learn a new skill or behaviour, remember, children learn a lot about their world by watching others.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Zach. Good job, guys.
So I'll show you what I do. When I'm putting peanut butter on, would I get a big knifeful?
Let your child watch how you do things. Then give them a chance. Praise and encourage their efforts, and gradually reduce your help as they learn to do it themselves.
That's a good job, Matt. You made a great sandwich.
Even if you didn't have such great role models yourself, you can be a good role model. You can change your behaviour so you don't pass on bad habits.
When we heard our son come out with a swear word, we were really surprised and decided that's it. We want to be better role models for our children and we're going to make a change.
Another way to help children learn new skills and develop their language abilities is incidental teaching.
All of us need to make the most of everyday opportunities to help children learn. The idea of the teachable moment. When kids want our attention or help, just take the opportunity, stop what you're doing and pay attention.
Mummy, I can't do it.
You can't do what, sweetheart?
Put the wing on.
Oh, have you had a turn yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, wash my hands, I'll come and help you.
Instead of just giving the answer, we can help them figure out for themselves by giving a hint.
And the wing faces? Which way?
Back.
Back? And which way does the hand face?
Forwards.
That's right.
After they've solved the problem, praise your child by saying what they've done.
Oh, good girl, you've worked it out. You've worked out how to put the wings on.
As well as giving more information, incidental teaching also helps language development by encouraging children to say more.
It can either go on ground, sky, or in water.
This can also keep them interested in an activity for longer.
So what's this one do?
That's a propeller for water.
When children come to you, it's a signal to tune in and think about what they can learn.
What's this? Is this another cash register? I don't think so. You press that button, see what happens.
All this should be fun and enjoyable. If your child can't answer or loses interest, don't push it. There are plenty of opportunities for incidental teaching.
Is it there? Yeah.
Sometimes you have to hold back on the urge to just take over and do things yourself. These day-to-day opportunities can be used to help your children learn.
Where do you think it goes? In the drawer? Second drawer? Come on.
There is another strategy for teaching a new skill. Ask, say, do. It's another useful way to help children learn to do things for themselves, such as dressing, getting ready to go out, or getting ready for bed. When a task is long and difficult, break it down into smaller steps. First is the ask part. Simply ask what the first step is.
Do you know what to do first when you brush your teeth?
I don't know, Mommy.
The second part is the say part. If your child can't tell you, tell them what to do.
Put toothpaste on.
The third part is the do part. If your child can't do it, help them out.
Is it too hard to open? Should I help you? There, can you squeeze it? Let me squeeze some on. No? Okay.
Guide them through the motions and gradually reduce your help as they start to master the skill.
Ask, say, do is a good way for parents to check whether a child actually knows what to do and if their expectations are realistic. Breaking long or difficult tasks down into steps helps parents teach children one step at a time.
Ask, say, do works best when you praise your child at each step, describing what they've just done.
Good job. Great brushing. Where should we put your toothbrush? Put it over there, in its place.
Repeat the process for each step. And as your child manages more, you can use praise less often.
Another useful strategy for teaching children new skills and behaviours is a behaviour chart.
All right, girls, now we're going to draw up a chart to help you follow the house rules.
You can use stars, stamps, stickers or smiley faces to encourage them and help them feel good about what they've done.
Now, if you get 20 happy faces together, what are we going to get? A movie?
A movie!
A movie date. Yes.
Just going well on the chart can be enough reward on its own. But you can also add a backup reward, something they like to do. A bike ride, baking a cake together, or having an extra bedtime story. To make charts work well, say exactly what will earn a star. State it positively, like staying in bed, rather than not getting out of bed. Also, tell your child when you'll give them a star.
Every time you use a house rule correctly, I'm going to give you a happy face.
Decide on a reward and set a goal. How many stars will earn the reward? Make it easy at first.
I'm going to draw some pictures of what you need to do, and if you do them in the morning, Mummy's going to give you a stamp.
And explain the consequences for breaking a rule. Praise your child each time they earn a star and give them a reward if they reach their goal.
You were such a good boy staying in bed all night last night. I've got a sticky here for you for your chart.
If they don't reach their goal, don't criticise or take away stars. But when your child regularly reaches their goals, start to make them harder to earn. For example, require more time before they earn a star, then more stars to earn a reward. Gradually phase out the chart, but continue the praise.
Good girl. We're using a knife and fork.
We need to notice and reward behaviour and skills we want to encourage. Remember, when it comes to children, the behaviour that gets a parent's attention is the behaviour they're likely to repeat.
It's made a big difference for us to help our son to learn to do things for himself. It helps us out and it makes him feel better about himself and more grown up.
It takes time for children to learn new skills or change the way they behave, so be patient. When you try out a new strategy, remember to keep track of how it goes.
It's important to get support and to talk about what happens every day with children, to keep others that care for a child informed and to make decisions together.
Now let's go back over the strategies for developing good relationships. Spend quality time together. Talk about things that interest them. Be affectionate in ways you're both comfortable with. And to encourage behaviour you want to see more often, notice when they're doing something well and praise them. Pay attention to your child and make sure there are interesting things for them to do wherever you are.
We've also talked about some strategies you can use to help your children learn. Set a good example. Make the most of incidental opportunities for teaching. Use ask, say, do to teach new skills in small steps. And set up reward charts to get things started.